What is going on, guys? It is the ProdigyCraft here, back with round 8, episode 8 of Formula 1 2024 career mode. Today we are racing in Monaco, round the twisty streets of Monaco. This is certainly going to be an interesting race. It could end up being a very short episode because I am absolutely terrible around here. High chance of me putting in the wall in practice 1, 2 and 3, and same in Q1 and then in the race. So if it's a 4-minute episode, it's because I crashed out very quickly, but I'm not expecting anything good from this race weekend. I just want to get past it as quickly as possible, so join me in qualifying 1.
Drop to P20.
Ooh, 112.2 on a drying track. I will take that. Last across the line. First position, not a surprise there when the track is drying. So, at the end of that qualifying session, it is myself, P1, Max Verstappen, P2, Carlos Sainz, P3. We only probably got P1 there due to the fact that it was a drying track. So let's see what we can get out of Q2 on hopefully a dry track. Woohoo, 109.4, I will take that any day of the week. Thank you very much. So, at the end of qualifying 2, it is myself P1, Lewis Hamilton P2, and Carlos Sainz P3 on the road. A 109.4, that is a great lap for me. Let's see what we can get out of Q3. Maybe I'm better on this track than I thought. A 109.9, that felt like a good lap.
Lap. We're all very pleased with that one. Nice work.
Yes, pole position.
Back in the pits.
See you back there, mate.
Qualifying wraps up now. We have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1 mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Jackson lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Sainz, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Hamilton, Magnussen, Joe, Albon, Sargent, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Ocon, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
With this being a high downforce circuit, we're not going to have quite the same top speed we have at other tracks. The good news is, though, it's going to make our DRS even more effective than normal. So try to make the most of it during the race and quali if you can.
So here we are again with 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go from the Monaco GP. We're starting on pole for this. We've got a great launch there. So is Lando Norris, getting ahead of Max Verstappen there into turn 1. And you can almost guarantee that is going to be the way that the field sits for 20 laps in a row. If it's anything like the 2024 Monaco GP, then it's going to be the exact same as that. But you can see I've got a great launch there. Lando Norris only about 5 tenths behind me there as we head down into the hairpin, the infamous Monaco hairpin, Lowe's hairpin, or what, I'm not sure what they call it now, whether they call it the casino hairpin, or I'm not too sure. But as we head on board here, it is lap 1 and Norris on the medium tyre has got ahead of Verstappen here. Now this is going to be quite a boring race here, as Monaco always is, you know, since its inaugural Grand Prix back in 1950. Track length of Monaco about 3.37 kilometers, and the lap record here held by Lewis Hamilton of a 1 minute 12.909, and he held that since 2021 in his Mercedes-Benz. They were mighty quick around here. I actually, you know, if you look at my lap times, I kind of beat them lap times this race, but the F1 game's never been too accurate when it comes to it, you know. So here we are, we've got lap 2, DRS active. We're going to skip over to lap 4 now.
Okay, we're looking at some gearbox wear, so try to keep the number of shifts to a minimum, please.
So we've got gearbox wear, and as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, we have 74% wear on the gearbox, and keeping the number of shifts to a minimum at Monaco is the worst advice that you could give, since Monaco has the maximum number of gear changes of any circuit on the F1 calendar.
You're pushing too hard. It's causing your gearbox to take increased wear. Just be careful.
That's very nice advice, Jeff. Thank you very much. As we skip forward to lap 10 here, it's going to be a box
Okay,
on lap 11. So we skipped a little bit of the chicane there, but that's no worries. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Monaco was one of the 7 venues of the inaugural F1 World Championship calendar back in 1950. So 7 races in the first year of Formula 1, and Monaco was one of them circuits, with the circuit being relatively unchanged since its first Grand Prix in 1950. We've had 2 people in the water, one of them down here, since the only thing stopping the drivers back then was hay bales. So that wasn't exactly, you know, when safety was top priority in Formula 1. The maximum, you know, the overtakes completed in 2022 was 21 overtakes during the Monaco Grand Prix, and I believe in the 2024 Monaco Grand Prix it was probably about 4. I remember sitting there watching that race this year, It was only last weekend, and it was quite a rough one to watch. 70 odd laps of just absolute boredom. I'm pretty sure I was falling asleep for the whole thing as we are coming in for box this lap. So we're boxing out of the lead there. It looks like we've got Verstappen in close quarters behind us. We're hoping for a good pit stop. Pit stops are absolutely crucial here to making sure that you can get a victory at Monaco. So the Haas crew working their absolute magic, sticking us on the medium compound and back out into the race. We've got Sainz, Magnussen ahead of us. Magnussen having himself a really great race here, and we come back onto the road and net P3. And then once Sainz and Magnussen have done their stops, it is going to be P1 on the road. Pit stop time loss about 20 seconds. Here we are on lap 14. And this is the lap that we lose a gear. So I believe we lose 4th gear somewhere around this corner.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track in front of us, and let's make the best of it. So please make this next one a very fast lap.
You can hear the car absolutely struggling there as it's going from 3rd to 5th and switching between the two. Not great, but if it was going to happen anywhere, Monaco is probably the best place for it to happen, as I can keep the cars behind. We're going to have a vehicle report here, see what the engineer's saying.
Right, we've looked at the gearbox issue, but I'm afraid there's nothing we can do. Try and drive around it, we'll just have to hope for the best. Remember, you've got a lot of torque in these power units, so you should be able to stay in high gears for a lot of the lap.
High gears for a lot of the lap around Monaco as we skip on to lap 19. You can see I've got about a 6-second gap over Lando Norris behind. He went onto the hard compound tyre, and ever since he was struggling. Low fuel on the hard compound tyre, I'm low fuel on the medium compound, and it is just much quicker around here on the medium, so I started on the hards. The pole run to turn 1 braking point is one of the shortest, if not the shortest, in the F1 calendar. It's 142 meters, so if you can't get the overtake done, like Norris did on lap 1, into turn 1, then you're pretty much stuck where you are on the Monaco Grand Prix. A lot of drivers have suggested, like Max Verstappen did last weekend, that they add mandatory pit stops to the race. Now, I'm a firm believer that they need to do something to make the Monaco Grand Prix a little bit more interesting. A few more people saying they should just have it as a PR event before the start of the season, as the cars are way too big to be racing around here. But hopefully with the 2026 regulations, we can get some actually better racing, because we can have smaller cars, the width isn't going to be as big on them, so I'm hoping we can get some better racing in 2026. Now, who do you think has the most wins around Monaco? I'll give you a second to think about it. It is Ayrton Senna with 6 wins around the streets of Monte Carlo. Safety car probability around here, only 71% according to Formula1.com. I don't believe that. Virtual safety car probability 57%. Considering Imola, it said on the website, had 100%. That is quite unbelievable. But as we round the final corner here to take P1 in the Monaco Grand Prix. Oh my god, I cannot believe that.
Driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
I cannot believe that. Monaco Grand Prix win, come on. Not a single mistake made that race. Absolutely brilliant, fantastic, boring race to watch, fantastic race to drive.
It's the one that everyone wants to win, and they've only gone and done it. What a fantastic result here at Monaco.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
There aren't many teams, as they come out onto the podium now, who could do what Haas have managed to accomplish here. It's hard to believe how competitive they've already become. Amazing victory. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
So we have a secret meeting. Let's go and have our secret meeting. I don't think I'm interested in going to RB. I think I'm going to decline the talks. Thank you, RB, but it's not for me.
Hey, just a quick one for me. The team are pleased that you've declined that meeting. Gold star, brownie points, etc., etc. I guess we'll see if anything else more exciting comes calling. But let's focus on our current seat for now.
Indeed, and thank you guys for joining me for episode 8 of Formula 1 2024 Career Mode. Next up, the Canadian Grand Prix. What a victory in Monaco. See you guys next time.